What's up, everybody? How we doing? Force Nation Sunday night team call, the 22nd of October, 2017. Looks like everybody's happy tonight. Everybody's got some energy going on. I love it. Love to see it. We got some great stuff, great training tonight, led by the one and only Tammy T. Got a few announcements. Rebecca, you want to go first with yours?
You go
Things.
first.
Okay, I'll go first. All right, couple things. Wanted to congratulate our Mama D, who is rocking out her business. If you don't know, she just hit Emerald in her second CBC. So she's making it happen. Good stuff, Mama D. Way to go. And also Tammy, gotta give you some recognition, girl, for winning the Diamond Training Jackpot. All right, we're gonna cover some of that tonight with Tammy's call, but that was awesome for you to win that. And don't know if she's on the call tonight, but Maggie for becoming a business starter in her business. So I want to congratulate her for doing that as well. And one last thing I want to announce, guys, the November to Remember challenge. It's kind of like a team cup, but just with two people. And there's different prizes. One of the big prizes is, Beachbody will donate money to a charity. I think released for a school, right? I'm not too. Rebecca, if you know a little bit more about the ins and outs of that, it's for a school charity.
Yeah, it's a school-related charity. So,
yeah,
you can pick like your kid's school or a school you went to or something like that. That's about all I know about it. But
yeah, very cool. So yeah, that's about all I got for right now. After Tammy gives her talk, I just want to touch briefly on a little bit of Facebook Live stuff, and then we should be good with everything else. So, Rebecca, if you got something you want to share?
Well, we got the Diamond training is starting tomorrow. So if you are if you're an Emerald and you are wanting to work towards Diamond, even if you've already gone through it once and you didn't, which nobody did except for Tammy. You can still do it again. You would have to pay in the $25 again. But if you hit Diamond, then you get to split the pots or take the whole pot if you're the only one who does it. So that does start tomorrow. They're going to be closing it down. So if you want to be in that, make sure you get in that. I was going to talk about that, the November to Remember, but you got that. What was the other? Oh, we're going to try something. It's not different, but something that we as a team has not done in a while. We're going to, instead of having a What is Coaching call next Sunday, we're going to do, starting next Monday, we'll do a 3-day sneak peek. So I will get stuff set up for that and let you guys know a little bit more about that. I'll work on that tomorrow, and then we'll probably just do it more of a private invite. So when we're talking to our challengers and whatnot, just say, hey, we're going to do this sneak peek. Do you want? I'd love to add you to it. Something like that, instead of doing like an event that we promote and do all that stuff. So I think that I didn't get all my success points added up. So if I have anything with that, I will come back with that later at the end. Otherwise, I'll just post it in the group. So that's all I have right now. Go ahead and take it away, Miss Tammy.
All right, T, it is all yours. Let us know and impart some wisdom on the team.
Okay. Hey, everyone. Okay. So I was asked to just to talk about the fact of hitting SC every month. And so far I have been, it's been 8 months, let's say 8 months straight. I'm gunning for 9 months hitting SC 5. And how I've gotten there every month. First off, to start, when I started this, there was no or buts about anything. I kind of went in full force into this and started off with a goal. And honestly, one of my personal goals was to go 12 months with hitting SC. And that's one of the things that every month I set a goal. whether SC is definitely non-negotiable for me. And it's just putting it out there and not settling for anything less, and telling yourself that this is what I'm going to do, and these are the steps that I'm going to take, and actually setting out the time to do that. So some of the things that I do first and foremost is don't prejudge. Okay. And in the beginning I did prejudge, and then I kind of just started letting that go. And what I mean by not prejudging is don't automatically look at someone and say, no, they wouldn't be interested. Nope. For whatever reason, don't approach it anyway. Keep an open mind that everyone is going to be open to this opportunity. Okay. And so that, because once you start prejudging, and you automatically close off your list of people. And some of the people that in the beginning that I did prejudge and I didn't contact, guess what? When I contacted them, they were already hooked up with someone else. They told me, oh man, I wish you would have contacted me earlier. I just, started going to the gym, or I hooked up with someone, with another coach, not necessarily from Beachbody, but just someone else to help them out. And so it sucked on my part, in that, I delayed in that. And so I've learned going forth that my list of people that I have, I hit up everybody regardless. Another thing is building relationships. There are individuals that I hit up when I first started coaching. And for whatever reason, they weren't interested, okay, at that time. I maintained the relationship with them. It's because what we do is not about selling products. We don't just say, okay, here you go, boom, and then be on our way. We're here to help them throughout their journey. And sometimes they're not ready to start because they have so much going on in their life, but they stay watching. They stay looking at what it is that you're doing and whether or not you're really serious about it. Because as a new coach, people need to believe that you're in it, not just temporarily. Okay. And what happens is when people start, they might look at you and say, this is just something that they're jumping on right now. And so they might hesitate, and they're not going to join you right then because they don't think that you're serious about it. But if you prove to them that you are serious about helping them, not selling them something, then they gain that trust. You earn their trust. And so I've had people say no that first month that just signed up with me last month or the month before that. So it's been 7-8 months, of me just staying in contact with them, seeing how they're doing, how their kids are doing, how they're doing with work, and just building that relationship and that trust. Okay. Inviting daily, whether it's inviting to your challenge group, inviting to a call in which, or an in-person meeting. I personally like in-person meetings, or like Zoom calls, conference calls, because there's just something about that connection that you get with looking at someone that you really don't get through messaging. Okay, you can hit somebody up and send them an invite to a challenge group, or send them information, but that connection is lost. So once you invite, even if you invite through Messenger or through a text message, get them on the phone, make a face-to-face. I've traveled all the way down to like Brooklyn or Queens or the Bronx to meet up with someone. Because if they're serious and they really want to, then I'm serious and I want to help them, and I want to make sure that they know that I'm there for them. Okay. So definitely setting aside that time and sending out those. And I've been guilty of it too, in which, I get caught up with things and I'm like, shit, and, but I've learned to set aside that time, whether it's first thing in the morning or at night, and I take a look at my schedule and making sure that I send those invites and make it personal. Yeah, you could copy and paste stuff, but at least put something in there that the other person knows that it's not just a generic message that you're sending out, that it's a mass feed. Show up every day, meaning on your social media every day. If you stop sharing your journey, if shit is going on in your life that that's taking you away from social media, people are going to see that. And so even if you have things going on in your life, you need to show that to people. I mean, yeah, there's some things that you want to keep personal, but you can't just not show up because this is your job. For me, this is every day, and so you can't see this as your side thing. You show up on social media every single day, again, because people need to see that you're serious about this, and this means something to you. And whether you're sharing different aspects of your personal life or your workout journey. And I've gotten away from talking about like Shakeology in and of itself, like mentioning the names, and, Dave and Rebecca and Denise have mentioned this several times. And throughout the diamond training, this was one of the big things that I switched up my stuff in. I stopped talking about the products itself. I post about my workouts, but I share something about it. It's not just boom, I'm doing my workouts. Okay, be on my way. You have to show value to these people. Okay, show value to everyone. And so, yeah, you're getting your workout done, but what is it doing for you? And what else do I have? Following up with people. Again, one of the mistakes that I made in the beginning, which, I've hit SC5, but I probably could have hit SC10. I probably could have hit SC15 in the beginning of my journey when I was doing things, because I would reach out to people, but then I wouldn't follow up. And the fortune is in the follow-up, because if you wait too long, it gives people a reason to excuses to come up with for why they can't do it, whether it's money or time or their kids. And so you can't give too much time. You don't want to be pushy, but you don't want to leave a few weeks on end either, because they will find reasons, or they'll find someone else to help them out with their stuff. So make sure that you are following up with people, and those people who are liking your post, whether it's cold prospects, warm prospects, hot prospects. Okay. I have someone who I've been working with since August, who is now going to sign up. She's a cold prospect. She liked a post on my business page, and I reached out to her. I did one of Dave's suggestions and was just like, hey, I saw that you liked my post. What was it that attracted you to my post? And she responded back and she was like, oh, I just, what she gave me feedback on it, and we began the conversation from there. And I built a relationship with her. I didn't hit her up like in the beginning and say, well, want to join my challenge group? Do you want to, it wasn't about that. I kind of built that relationship of, what is it that you do for a living? Things like that. And then that's when like she started asking me about what it was that I did and coaching. And so again, it's about building those relationships and just not being afraid. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just freaking do it. Because just like you giving time to your prospects to think about it gives them a reason to not do it. The longer you think about something, the more you're not going to do it. So let that fear go. And believe in yourself and believe in what you have to offer, okay? Because you have to offer a lot. Each of us is different. We all have something different to offer. And you have to figure out what is it about you that attracts people to you, okay? And, just go for it. And if you get shot down, you get shot down. I have gotten so many no's from people, and it is what it is. I'm like, all right, okay, it's all good. And you move on to the next. Okay, you can't stay stuck on the no's. You keep on pushing forward. And from first day to the last day, there was 1 month I got SC6 the last day of the month. Okay, because I pushed and I was like, fuck this shit. I'm sorry. Oops. We're recording. I don't think I'm supposed to say that.
That's all right.
But anyways,
that's all right. Keep it going.
I sent out massive invites that day prior and that day, and I was like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm getting people on the phone, and I have phone calls scheduled after phone call after phone call after phone call, because like I said, it's just that for me, it's a personal goal for me to hit at least SC5 every month. And this is why it has to be for you. Why is it important to you to hit SC? And for me, it's about helping people, and I was a teacher for 13 years. That's my thing, and so SC, more people I help, bottom line. Okay. And what do they say here? Oh, last thing. Share your transformations. Not just your transformations, though, because your transformations are great, but people already know that you're on a fitness journey. People already know you have your shit together. Okay, they know that you work out every day. They know that this is part of your life. But what are you doing for other people? I may post my transformation once a month. Every other transformation that I post is my challengers, because that's what it's about. And that's what people need to see in order to join you. Because if you're not showing that you're helping people, why should they join you? Okay, because essentially it's just about you. So definitely take from your challengers or ask other coaches to share other, like their challengers or their journey, so that you're showing other, people that it's not just about you. It's not just about your journey. Okay. And I think that's it.
That's it. That's what you got.
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
There he goes.
Okay, I'm back. What in the hell happened there? Sorry, guys. That
Did
was
you
my.
not like what I had to say?
I thought it was. I thought it was horrible. I thought it was just like a waste of my time. It was terrible. Oh my God, Tammy. I didn't even know how to follow that up. Seriously. Um, Guys, she just dropped the bomb right there. That is just simply how you work your business every single day. Commitment, consistency, follow up, caring. You know, I got a lot out of this call, Tammy. I'm taking notes myself. Um, and I think what most of us got out of that was definitely caring and having that belief, man. There's just belief that you don't care about what other people think. You don't care about their acceptance or approval. You believe it anyway. And once you have that in your soul and that comes off in your speech, that's everything. Let me ask you a question. When it comes to consistency with your business, what is one thing that's keeping you consistent with speaking to your prospects? Is it messenger? Is it text message? Is it phone? Is it face to face? What is it that works best for you?
Um, if I am just inviting, what works best for me is messenger or text. If I'm just sending out like a quick invite or like a follow-up. But if I am really, but then I do that first, but then it's a phone call.
Good.
You know, I don't do everything through messenger, because like, again, you don't get that one-on-one, and you don't show your side of things, and you know that you're really there to help. All they really see is that you're inviting them to something, but getting them on the phone is the next step to it.
Good. So you always, it's always ended up with a phone call. So you always get them on the phone somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah, that's definitely, guys. That's definitely something that you want to stay consistent with, getting people on the phone, because when they hear the energy in your voice, that's where it really matters. Real quick before we end the call, I want to go over a couple of tips here, guys. Tammy, great job. Thanks so much for sharing that. That was awesome. If anybody else have any quick questions for Tammy before we switch gears here? No? All right, cool. I just have a couple of tips, guys, when it comes to Facebook Live. Okay, when it comes to Facebook Live. First thing I want to say is it's great to see Karen on the call. Good to see your face there, hon. I usually see your phone and your phone number. It's good to see you on this. It's great to have you. Awesome. So this is the first big step. Happy to see you here. Good. All right. So a couple of tips, guys, when it comes to shooting a Facebook Live video. Okay. Number one is have a plan. Have a plan. I know this is basic stuff, guys, but have a plan about what you want to say. And always come from a position of you want to teach and you want to provide value to people with what you're going to say on the Facebook Live. Okay. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. Just make sure you have a plan and provide value and teach. That's basic right there. Another thing is number two is create curiosity in the post. So for example, when I shoot my lives in the morning, I make sure I'll ask a question. Hey, do you have any issues with, I don't know. I can't think of one right now on the top of my head, but ask a question, and then your Facebook Live is answering the question that you posed. Does that make sense? So I don't know if you pose a question, how to perform a better push-up. Would you like to know how to lose weight in short amount of time? I don't know, something. Think of a question. I can't think of it right now, but answer the question in the Facebook Live that you shoot. Okay. Number three is use a tripod. Okay. Use a tripod if possible, or make sure you prop the phone somewhere where it's not going to move and it's not shaky and not doing this, throughout your whole call, get people dizzy. Okay. Make sure you set it and have good lighting. Good lighting, use a tripod, so important. It makes the live look a bit more professional as well. Okay. And the last tip I want to tell you guys is when you hit the go live button, start talking. Start talking. Have a plan. Start talking. I see a lot of people where they say they're going live and They're saying, I'm going to wait a few minutes to other people jump on, and I'm going to wait, and I'm going to wait. And a minute and a half goes by, and they're still waiting. You don't have to wait for the audience to start to build, because when you're going live, you may have about 5 to 10 people jumping on live with you. Most of the people who are going to watch your video are going to watch the recording of the video. So think about when you go to see your person's recording and you're sitting there and they're saying, all right, I'm going to wait. And you're sitting there, all right, I'm waiting. I'm watching and I'm waiting, So just go right into the subject matter. And when people start jumping on, they jump on. If you want to do a little recap at the end of your Facebook Live, that's something that you want to do. If in the question that you pose, hey, here are 3 great tips on how to work your core. Or would you like to know 3 tips on how to work your core better? And when you shoot your Facebook Live, hey guys, always start with the introduction. Dave here. Want to show you how to, do 3 core moves that'll help you this and this and that. Go into your topic, talk about it. And hey, by the way, if you want to learn more, you want to learn my 10 tips on how to work your core, whatever. You want to work more your core, whatever, feel free to drop me a message, a comment here, and I'd love to help you out. Okay, always end there with a call to action. Intro, question, content, call to action. That's the 4-step process in telling your story or doing a live. Intro, question, call to action. Content, and then call to action. And that's how you recap everything you just talked about. Okay, so if you're jumping on it and then people see you live and they jump on like midway through it, a perfect way to recap everything and end the live. And try to keep it, no more than 5 minutes, guys. No, keep 3 to 5 minutes is optimal time for a Facebook Live, unless you're doing something more in depth. If you're doing like a webinar, if you're doing a coaching webinar, if you're doing something like that where you're going more in depth, then that's fine. But for the most part, on a daily basis, if you're doing your Facebook Lives, try to keep it 3 to 5 minutes, and you keep people's more attention that way. Cool. I think that's all I got for you kids today. All right. Good stuff. Anybody else got something they want to share? Anybody else? Nobody? Raise your hands.
Just real quick with what Tammy was saying earlier about reaching out to these people. I lost a couple people that same way, where I didn't reach out to them right away. And then when I did, I just signed up with somebody else. So reach out to these people and snag them. I mean, I don't give a shit if I offend anybody anymore. If they're offended by it, there's an unfriend button on Facebook. All right, use the damn thing. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you're that offended by me asking you that, then you're not really a friend of mine anyway. So just hit the damn unfriend button. I don't really care. Just reach out to these people, and because they're not going to. One thing I've found so far, and my business is actually starting to go a little bit better now than it was. And what I found is they're not going to reach out to me. They may see my stuff. I mean, I did have one that reached out to me, but everybody else, it's because I started sending them invites. Hey, what's going on? And start talking to them about it. And that's where I've gotten most of my customers. I mean, the same thing. I just in the last month and a half, well, I actually started working on him when I was on vacation in July, but I signed my brother up as a customer and just signed him up today as a coach. So
awesome.
We reach out to these people, and, because they're not necessarily going to reach out to you all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Doug. Good points there. Good stuff. All right. I guess that's about it, guys. Let's have a great week. Oh, and by the way, would you guys, I have a couple of Facebook message scripts that I've been using that lately have been working really, really well for me. Case in point, just a few minutes ago before I jumped on the call, I was speaking to a prospect, and I have a phone call set up for tomorrow night with this prospect. So I'm getting really good responses from these invites. If I put them in a document and uploaded them to the group page, would you guys like something like that? Yes? Okay, good. Again, this is something that I've gotten from the Rank Makers group, guys. I'm getting phenomenal stuff from in there. All right, so I'll put that together and I'll post that in the group pages. All right, guys? So that'll help you out. Very cool. All right, guys, let's have a good night. And thank Tammy for the knowledge today, and let's have a great week. Take care, guys.